Good. Yeah, not done any actual casting yet, but more eyes on more boards. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, I've been telling Jerry for weeks to have me cast with TJ since I can do actual play-by-play, but he doesn't want to listen. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking, like, if you're getting enough people, you can just have like multiple sets of games going at the same time. But yeah, and then like 3 people don't show up, and you're screwed. What is this? I just gotta notice this says disagree or agree with nothing on it. It went away on its own. Couldn't even take a picture to put it in a bug. It just like popped up notice, said disagree or agree, and that's all it said on it. Like, what am I agreeing or disagreeing to?
G'day Internet, I'm here with Chaos Seraph. We're just prepping the last spot in today's Double Trouble tournament. If you want to say hello to the stream, Chaos.
What's up, stream?
So we
haven't done any actual casting yet, but I figure more eyes and more boards should be good for Mr. Katosh.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. Okay, so we have 8 players. Let's go ahead and begin. So anyone can now press... Actually, that's interesting. As an observer, you cannot start the game.
No, Warrior has
so
to do it.
I'll go and let Warrior know that he can begin. And we'll jump into the first turbo game. For those that are not familiar with the format, it is a turbo game and then a classic game. Everyone playing in each of the 2 games points directly above my head for placings in each game, and the highest 3 points at the end of the 2 games do win first, second and third place prizes. So this would be interesting to test out the new observer feature, as this has been a very recent addition to the game. Actually, something else that we'll get to observe during this game, Chaos, is the implementation of extra damage when you lose rounds.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I've not even noticed it happen. I just know people are saying it's happening. So.
It definitely affects those that tend to slow play a little bit more, those that don't aggressively level and win streak as much, because they naturally take more losses and therefore they have less time to get to their end game.
Yeah, I noticed that playing a game once. I was lose streaking not intentionally, and noticed I got pretty low pretty quick. And I was like, wait a minute, shouldn't I have like 50 gold before I hit this HP? But
it's only an extra 2 damage per loss, but it definitely stacks up real quick. So we have a massive Spanish contingency in the tournament today. Cody, Dapley, DD, Chris, and a loss, all from Spain. We've also got Maxi D, CeeLo, level 99 novice, and Warrior representing some other parts of the world.
One Punisher.
Just notice Warrior with the early 2-star Forest Breath. Frost Lotus. Totally blanked on what she was called for a second there. Do you think she's an underrated hero, especially as an early 2-star?
I think she's high enough rated with how high 6 sorcerers.
Stats for her ability, it seems to pump out a fair bit of area of effect damage for the early rounds of the game.
Yeah, it's just slow. So like it ticks for a while, kind of like Void Doom, and especially early game, everybody's on assassin, so it might tick on somebody twice. If it guaranteed to tick on everybody like 9 times, it'd be an OP unit, but
because everyone often moves out of it, yeah. And her attack speed is so slow, one of the slowest in the game, I think. So Warrior with, I'm just loaded on Warrior's board, 3 sorcerers and 2 2-stars already. That looks quite strong.
That's a nasty board. CeeLo's also got a pretty good one with 2-star Bionic Ninja already. Get that double damage on whoever he hits. It's an auto kill.
Is that, in your opinion, do you reckon that's the best early unit or early 1 cost to 2-star because of the extra damage you get out of the ability?
Yeah, especially if you've got the assassin buff, because then he goes in invisible, then it's a crit, and then you got more guys back there, so he's not like tanking.
So he can almost just start one-shotting at that point.
Yes. Yeah, CeeLo ended up like tanking the entire enemy team with his Bionic Ninja, so it only got off once.
Yeah.
But if he had like all assassins back there, then he would have got off like way more casts. And his positioning's not as good.
Oh wow.
He's got them all in the corner for some reason.
Yeah. Let me have a look here. So CeeLo's board up the top there.
In my opinion, it should be Bionic Ninja maybe in the middle, because I always just play in the middle so that I'm catching people on both sides. The 2 warriors on each end. Demonic Prince in the middle, just because of the way its ability works. You want it to be in the middle of the board, and then you stick your archer in the back. But
yeah, the corner positioning definitely didn't work, but I'm not sure that anything would have worked against Warrior's lineup in that particular case.
Well, he missed like 8 shots of the Demonic Prince's ult because of the way he's positioned. If it was in the middle, he might have done more damage and killed at least another unit.
There are definitely some key heroes that need that center positioning. I think Void Destruction that Warrior's currently rocking is another one. And so Warrior's positioning is probably a much better example of how to use that, right?
Yeah, actually Void Destruction should be in the back line, as we figured out that one day. Yeah, just like he switched it now.
Yeah, perfect.
Because it's got that 30 damage to the people right next to it.
Right, of course. The further away the ability hits, the more damage it does. It's a little bit of a weird one.
Yeah.
This is a bit of an assassin matchup on Warrior's board against DD Chris.
He's going to win this one.
It is always fascinating watching full assassin builds go at each other because the heroes just jump all over the place.
Yeah.
That early
I'm playing a little bit of Treasure Raider, and I had an assassin berserker. That was fun to watch him jump around for the first time.
That would be amazing. So we've already got Cody down to 39 health, and this is a little bit of that extra damage you take. We're only around 6, and Cody's already down to 39 health.
Oh, Maxi's got his hand on a sword dancer already.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Not yet on the board, but it's only creep round, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's also got the ability to make that 6 elves with 3 of them already.
Yeah.
He could switch out of his build. He's going to keep it right now because it's got 3 2-stars for sure. But we might see him transition to 6 elves, or just
that Stalker drone is just
behind for some reason.
Yeah, that Stalker drone's a nice carry unit through this mid game too.
Yeah, Warrior's already a nice dancer.
So let's have a look at the builds at this point in time. 3 currently running the assassin combo. 3 warriors out there as well.
So that's what counters assassins.
So in your mind, what's the best counter to assassins? Is it a full warrior build?
It's the CC warrior build.
Yeah.
I've not beat it once with assassins yet. Assassins beat sorcerer, sorcerer beats warriors, warriors beats assassins.
And riders are kind of a little bit in between, like they'll...
Riders does it's good against all three. Like it's just a build that's good against things, but not great against anything.
Yeah, so it can win or it can lose depending on your luck.
Yeah, like I've lost rounds to assassins, or lost rounds to riders as the assassin player, and I've won rounds. I've lost rounds to riders as warrior, and you win them. It's just like riders eventually just loses to everything, but it starts off stronger than them.
Yeah. I feel like Riders is a good one where you can transition into human sorcerers as well. It looks like we're going to get a 1v3. Actually, no, it's a 1v. No, actually, Sword Dancer has come through. I was expecting a 1v3 Max Yeti versus Dapley's heroes, but the heroes actually went down before it got to that point, so that didn't end up being the case. The Max Yeti sitting pretty undefeated at this point.
Dapley's formation is a bit wrong in my opinion. The Berserker should be on the inside protected. He's got the Archer on there, but the Berserker is a better unit. He's got the Archer in there because it's got no armor.
Yeah.
I'd rather just have the Berserker not get touched the whole entire game and then have full armor.
Because it's the one that's going to be dealing most damage.
Yeah. That Archer isn't going to do any damage from inside.
Yeah, sure. Just realised I still had the room ID blur up on the stream, so I fixed that. So people can actually see the name up in the top left now. So I'm watching Dapley's board. Yeah, it looks like it's going to come through. He'll not take any additional damage there, but Cody will take some and go down to 29.
Level 99 is going to win his board.
Now this is really, really interesting, the way that the real head-to-heads work now, especially once you start having an odd number of heroes.
Yeah. I was looking at that, and the reason they said for the increased damage is because the mirrored images are weaker than the actual players.
Something they don't have any combos.
Boxing. Yeah.
The combos don't actually take effect for some reason.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, they said it doesn't have avatar power, but I guess avatar power is the combos.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why that has been set up. To me, it would make sense just to have the combos take place. I guess the reasoning might be because if you're a strong player and you're playing someone and someone's also playing your shadow, you can be dealing damage to two people into one turn. But I mean, that's just part of the way the game works. Oh my gosh, that Head Reaper, I love the animation, and he just got double crits on Cody's board to take out CeeLo. That was amazing.
Warrior done goofed his board a bit.
Let me have a look at Warrior's positioning. Very interesting, like a central column. He's got that Sword Dancer in there now for Punisher. He didn't have full Punisher anyway.
He needs to put the Void Destruction back in the middle though. He is like me and just thinks the ACM unit and you can put it right up in the front. But we were having that argument the one time we were playing it, and you're like, oh, it does 30 damage. And there's a person right next to it. Like, it's useless there.
And it's so easy to miss that because it's very rare that someone's going to spend the time to read every single hero's ability.
Right?
Guts,
and
welcome to the
especially because a lot of us have come from the other games. We're just like, okay, this is Thunder Spirit. This is Berserker. This is Hog Riders are Glacier Knight. Like, and then we're like, okay, these are these, and it's like, if you actually read it, because in ACM, Thunder Spirit just does its damage. Period. Once in, once out. It doesn't matter how close you are.
I'm with you.
So and people look at Void Destruction and they're like, okay, it's Thunder Spirit. Don't worry about it.
I wonder, in comparison, is our Void Destruction stronger or weaker? Does the damage it do at its absolute maximum range, is that more than what the ACM unit did, or is the weaker damage
I'd have to go
close?
and look, but I think it looks pretty similar, and for some reason they just don't want you to frontlight it in this game.
So we have DD Chris down on 13 health now, so I'm going to watch his board. He is going to be matched up against level 99 Novice, which might be a bit of a tough matchup for him. Does have that 1-star Sword Dancer. If I can find her on the board, I will just do an item check. She is stacked with items at the moment. But it does look like he's going to be overrun. The General of War ult coming in. Actually, that might have just turned the tide, so it ends up being a resounding victory. Level 99 Novice takes a ton of damage. Now goes from 30 health down to 9 health on round 11. That is crazy.
Yes, so much. Was it a beast player though?
Yes.
Yeah. I noticed that there was one.
But it's only two beasts, two druids. It's an elf composition primarily, so it's... If it was 6 beasts, I could kind of understand that at round 11, but at this point in time... Dancer is crazy, absolutely guts. One of the most OP units in the game right now in terms of her ability to just stay alive. So I might actually watch... Where is he? Level 99 Novice, max up against Maxi D, who has not lost yet. So this might be our first elimination here. I'm currently watching level 99.
30 mentioned auto buy.
She basically can be put into any build at this point in time. And that is going to be it for level 99 Novice. Maxi D continues his winning streak. I will now check out DD Chris's board. He's also in risk of being eliminated here. And it is going to be exactly enough damage. 13 health lost. He had 13 health remaining. So we have our first 2 eliminations, unfortunately, for level 99 Novice and DD Chris. Down to our final 6, which means we don't get to see any shadow fights just yet.
Yeah, Warrior's struggling a little bit. He's lost his last couple rounds. He's stuck between builds.
6 assassins.
He got the
There we go.
6
He just got the 6.
assassin, but he just pulled out 2 stars for it. I don't know if that's the correct way to play or not.
Yeah, I must admit,
But there you go. Yeah. He just rolled his.
he got very lucky.
Rolled his way out of it.
I'm not sure that I've ever seen 6 assassins, 3 sorcerers together in the one composition.
I've not either. It's just he's been getting bad chops out of him.
So he basically has no front line whatsoever, and it came very... it was very obvious there up against Maxi D.
Yeah.
Bad matchup there. So how's Dapley doing against CeeLo? Looks like CeeLo's going to get the win and continue to survive on 22 health. So Cody... So Warrior's actually next on the bubble, 6 health. So we will continue to watch Warrior's board. Let's bring up the overview, see what people are building here. So everyone has now reached their full build, essentially. It's just fine-tuning at this stage.
Well, it's interesting to see that our 3 guild reps are on different builds altogether. They're definitely on Warriors, Riders for Maxi, and Assassins for Warrior.
I think CeeLo might be in trouble here. Just the doesn't have as many 2 stars. So I'm going to actually watch CeeLo's board up against Maxi D. He could actually take 22 damage if this is a very quick end to this battle. Although it looks like he will survive long enough to at least have some health remaining.
Warrior's gone.
Warrior's about to lose on Alos's board. Can a 1-star sword dancer 1v3? No. 3 2-star units cannot happen. So CeeLo goes down to 13. Warrior is eliminated. So now we will actually have next PvP, unless Cody loses against the Enraged Minotaurs, we will have a shadow fight. And I will actually watch that just to show stream at how different the shadow fight is when the opponent you're playing, the shadow, has absolutely no combos. They're very, very easy to beat. Warrior in stream, that didn't work out at all. Yeah, it was a very interesting build with Assassin Sorcerers. It looked like you were caught up in a transition stage, and the extra damage you take from losing just meant you lost too quickly for the transition to pay off.
We were mentioning it, I don't know if you managed to hear while you were playing Warrior, but Void Destruction needs to be put in the back line. It's not Thunder Spirit. It actually has no damage to things that are right next to it.
Poker Joker, welcome to the stream. We will sort out... We are actually actively recruiting some more people to our guild. So if you want to join my Discord, let me drop the Discord command in chat. It will all be done through there. So make sure to join my Discord if you haven't already. Now we're going to keep an eye out on who gets the shadow matchup. So this is, you always want the shadow matchup, basically, because that's going to be the easiest battle no matter what. So let's see who is the lucky one to get the shadow. It is going to be... CeeLo. CeeLo gets Dapley's shadow.
Yeah,
so you'll see here that CeeLo should win this quite quickly, as Dapley's heroes don't have any combos. And you'll see that, 15 seconds into the battle, it is all over. CeeLo won with almost all of his heroes surviving, and that's what not having any combos does. So as to why shadows don't have any combos, I'm not entirely sure. We do have...
I was
is that Cody?
Shadows.
Did Cody just get eliminated then?
Oh yeah.
So we are up to down to our final 4 now.
I clicked on the shadow and it was just showing me the CeeLo's stats. It wasn't showing me that the shadow had none.
Yeah, you can't actually see the fight from the shadow's point of view, I guess. So there's
You
no
have
way.
to probably click on them. Like he had warriors, so the next time we get a shadow, we can try and see if the combo stats are on the units or not. Because like
Yes,
warriors will have
yeah, to
100 armor.
verify it, yeah.
Yeah.
Which could happen here unless CeeLo can hold strong, and it looks like he might. He's going to have enough sustain. Sword Dancer in the back, taking care of business. So CeeLo stays alive against Dapley. Dapley's now down to 3 health remaining. So next on the bubble, a loss has just been eliminated. Maxi D still undefeated. So let's have a look. Oh my goodness, Maxi D's rocking a 2-star Joey, level 10, full rider composition. Going to be very hard to beat from here. Dapley really needs to match up against a shadow here to have any chance. I mean, both CeeLo and Dapley want to be avoiding Maxi D at this stage. It's definitely Maxi D's to lose.
So
who gets the shadow? Maxi D gets the shadow. Wow. So CeeLo or Dapley is probably going to be eliminated. CeeLo does have 6 assassins, and you'll notice that there's no invisibility happening from CeeLo's heroes. That was...
Yeah, they don't get their combos. I clicked on the Berserker and it had 10 armor, which is the base 30 minus the undead. It didn't get its combo buff.
So that is going to be it for CeeLo, unfortunately. Dapley manages to hang on with his 6 warrior compositions. It's going to be warriors versus riders, but at this point in time, Maxi D has the more expensive build, and he has a level on Dapley as well. Can you see Dapley bringing it back from here? Surely this has to be the last round. That Wukong on Joey's not going to do a whole lot. It just helps her get her bomb off sooner. And there it is, the bomb coming through and dealing insane amounts of damage. And this is almost certainly going to be it from here. The Berserker is the last hero standing for Dapley. And Maxi D does take out round 1 of this morning's Double Trouble tournament. So let me go ahead and adjust the scores, update those for round 1, and then we will set up round 2. So we have Maxi D in first place on 20 points. Dapley on 14. CeeLo in third place on, oops, wrong position there. Third place, 10 points. Fourth place, we have a loss. In fifth place on 5 points, we have Cody. Down to sixth place, 3 points for Warrior. So anyone is definitely still in it at this point in time with a 20-point win in the next round. DD Chris, I'll have to copy that name from the tournament details, as I certainly can't type that one out. And finally, in 8th position, we had level 99 Novice. A little bit unlucky, unfortunately, that particular round. So there is the updated score. So I will go ahead and share that in the tournament lobby now. Okay, so also need to give that to the 3 that weren't in the lobby but did get in, which were a loss, DD, Chris, and who's the other one? Was it CeeLo? Ah, it was Senja. No, Senja didn't get in. This is one of the frustrations with this system. Sometimes it's a little bit awkward to use if not everyone that checked in actually participates. So it looks like we have... I just got that notice you were talking about earlier, Chaos. Do I agree or disagree with a blank notice?
Yeah, I don't know what it's all
I'm
about.
going to disagree. So just to make sure we have everyone from the first game in, Senja did not participate, so booting Senja. So we're still waiting on level 9. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to, whoops, I didn't move to the observer seat. So we need CeeLo. Okay.
Invite me in.
There we go.
Max did it. Okay.
Fantastic. So now, that's weird. I can actually start this one even though I'm in the observer seat. Let's go ahead and jump in to round 2 of the Double Trouble tournament. This is a classic game, so definitely a slower game plan in this one, slower economy, but still extra damage from losses. Poker Joker, sorry, I just saw your comment now. I'll sort out, Chaos is actually heading up. Chaos, who I'm casting with, is heading up guild recruitment, so he'll probably touch base with you in Discord at some stage after the stream comes to an end. At this point in time, we're looking for high-end ranked, but also people that play a lot every day. So if you play like 5+ games daily, then you'll certainly have a spot in the guild. There's
right now we need to get to max rank so that we can get picky more than being picky right now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So at this point in time, we're all about quantity over quality. A few people spamming the emotes. What do you think of one of the chess spirit quests this week is to spam as many emotes as possible? Are you seeing that happen in too many of your games?
I've done it a bunch. A lot of people, once somebody starts it, everybody starts doing it. But
yeah,
I don't see it happening as much as it should.
It gets a bit boring after a while.
Yeah.
There's Guts. 5 games is a good morning. Yeah, the emotes are definitely starting to snowball now in this game. So, given the scores, anyone can win at this point, but for a few of the people on less points, they definitely need Maxi D to finish sort of 7th or 8th. Yeah. That's right. Not only not win, but finish quite poorly, which doesn't typically happen. Maxi D has participated in every one of my tournaments to date and has always finished second, very, very consistently high up there in the placings.
Yeah, the couple times I played co-op Clash with him, we stomped everybody too. He's a very good player.
Yes. So a solid mix of early game combos. Level 99 Novice, only level 4. Did have a ton of heroes out on the board at one point in time, but is only level 4.
3 cyborg players. The 4th player with engineers.
So typically early on you'll see most engineers and warriors because they have the most 1-cost heroes, is that correct? Engineers have 3, or cyborgs I should say. Cyborgs have 3, warriors have 3, 2? But then they also have a few 2-cost.
Assassins have 1, hunters have 2, sorcerers have 1.
Do you think that the recent nerf to Siren, taking her from a 3-cost to a 2-cost, is low-key a little bit of a buff for the assassin combo in general?
Yeah, unless you get it faster, and it's somewhat of a buff to the combo in general because she gets like taken out of the final build now.
Yeah.
But if you were still trying to play all of the CC assassins and them all being at rare, it would make the build even harder.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say I've noticed with assassins that it's one of the harder builds to build, especially in classic. Classic's a little easier. Turbo, it's harder, but it's a 4-3 build. Or no, it's 3-4-5 if you want to play Siren, or it would have been. And that's epics and rares.
Right.
So if you look at warriors, I was going in depth in this in the general chat yesterday. But if you look at warriors, it's got four mythics and 1 rare, and then a bunch of uncommons. So you can choose to skip werewolf in turbo and just go right to 9 and gather all your mythics.
Yeah.
Or you can roll a bit for werewolf and then go up. But with assassins, because you need 3 mythics and 4 rares, you're stuck at 8. Like, you have to roll at 8 to get your rares. Because if you go up, you're going to miss your chance.
Because at that point you start losing percentage chance of finding rares in the shop.
Yeah, 8's your highest chance to get your rares.
Yeah.
So it makes assassins harder in turbo because people don't stay at 8 very long. So if you're staying at 8 and people are going up, you're going to get forced to go up, and sometimes you just can't get the ideal build.
Yeah, sure. Now, I've just noticed that Maxi D is actually on 79 health at the moment. I know that Maxi D does like the open fort strategy in Classic. How is the extra increase in damage going to affect that, I wonder? It's going to be very interesting how this game plays out. We still have Dapley and Cody undefeated sitting on top. In fact, the top 3 positions are currently all occupied by Spain, who, unfortunately, for those that follow basketball, did just eliminate Australia in the FIBA World Cup in a double overtime game. So Spain will go through the gold medal match, and Australia has been relegated to the bronze medal match, unfortunately.
Oh, Max is straight open forwarding it.
Well, so I don't think he realizes, but there is a setting that has been added to the game, and I'll go in and actually show this. Auto deploy. So unless he turns off auto deploy, he can't actually open fort with no heroes on the board.
It didn't end up saving him any HP anyway, but even when open forwarding, unless you're... He didn't do it right if he was trying to full open forward anyway. So... Because, like, normally he would have sold up to 20 if he was trying to go full open for it.
Right. Focus on the economy. And, yeah. So I guess that then means that your end game will be a build that focuses more around those elite heroes as you're discussing. Maybe something like a warrior build.
Yeah, so he's doing it right now. Where he's going to keep the 2 riders.
Just hang on to the riders, which I think, based on experience, might be one of his favourite builds to run with. I've definitely seen him use riders quite effectively many, many times, sometimes to eliminate me from other people's tournaments.
Watching his castle board on... is a bit feels bad to me. I'm 2 levels off. I could get it with the challenge and just like force it right now, but this week's weekly challenges are so bad for me. Like I don't.
Yeah, I agree. They're really, really annoying this week.
I don't want to play casual. I don't want to spam emotes. I don't want to play squad and get 70% HP every game.
Yeah,
like they're just such a weird collection of weeklies right now.
Certainly agree with that. Last week was quite good, but this week not so much. I definitely spent a little bit just to get the castle board a little bit faster so I can have a chance at rolling for that cyborg chest, but at this point in time I've spent probably around 7,000 to 8,000 chest spirit points and have not rolled that cyborg chest just yet. I have all the other permanents, but not the one that I really want.
Yeah, if we didn't get a 4-week extension, I would have spent the rest of my vouchers to level up early. But we got the 4-week extension, so I figured
it makes a big difference. Ayu Goyal, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. It's Ayush. And I'm gonna struggle pronouncing your surname. I apologize there. But what is Max doing? I think so. For those that aren't familiar with what the open fort strategy is, as we watch it unfold on Maxi D's board, it essentially is lose streaking to focus on economy. So if we bring up the mana crystal overview here, you'll see that not only is he getting his basic interest, his basic income, his interest, and he's now getting +3 crystals for the losing streak, as he has now lost how many games in a row? six games in a row, so he's now on maximum lose streak crystals. So at this point in time, 47 mana crystals. The next highest is 26 with Cody and a loss. So he's basically sacrificed using his health as a resource to boost his economy, which you absolutely can do. It's part of the game. You don't need to win with full health, but it is a little bit risky as it gives you less room for error in the late game.
To be fair, Cody and a loss are basically at 37 and 36 compared to if you're trying to compare them to Max because they've got that level up on them.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
So I don't think this open fort strat works anymore. Especially
Not with the extra
like 38.
damage.
He's got 10 extra gold than the two people who are doing well, and he's at 38 HP. It's not worth it.
Is Maxi D throwing away his ability to win this tournament with this strategy, with this approach?
He's entered it away. There's no way he comes back at this point now.
Tampered with.
He's got 3 riders.
Not entirely sure what's going on there. At one point in time, he had 0 heroes on the board, but he has put 6 assassins back out. Well, it would certainly be very, very interesting if Maxi D did get eliminated first, because then literally anyone could win.
Did anyone expect anything less?
I really love that Head Reaper animation. In terms of ability animations, do you have a favorite?
Head Reapers looks pretty good, I gotta say.
You scratch my back.
Ayush, there is another tournament later today as well.
They'd better hide somewhere.
That's so that multiple time zones have access to the tournaments. So definitely, I think that's the one that you registered for. Yeah, Dapley's looking very strong guts because Dapley finished second in the last game and is currently sitting on top in this game. So let's continue to watch Maxi D's board as he now does have heroes on the board, which makes the fights a little bit more interesting.
Somehow he's managed to get a better build than Chris. He's at least got a 2-star, so he might actually win this one.
Yeah, he definitely needed some luck to pull that off. He really needs one more rider at this point. No, it's not going to happen. Better combos from DD Chris.
Getting the 2-star wasn't luck. That was part of his strategy because he went for a 1-cost unit while
Yep.
staying at a lower level.
Stay behind me. 4 riders.
Let my blades dance in the wind.
Should now Maxi D swap out one of those Warlocks for that second 2-star Hog Rider?
Who?
No. Warlocks is going to let him stay in it a little longer.
That's always a decision that I struggle with most as to whether I should break up a secondary combo for an extra 2-star hero.
After this round, he'll go to 8 and he'll be a 6 rider, but I think he could have been at level 8 at this round and been 6 rider anyway. And he just gave away 60 HP for nothing.
Yeah, and it's going to be a lot more than that now. He's definitely losing this
he
round.
could have had this exact build just win streaking instead.
Only victory will
So-
He wouldn't be this close to a 3-star hog if he was win streaking, but
3-star Hog doesn't do a whole lot at this point anyway.
yeah.
But in terms of 1-star heroes, how's everyone else looking? Everyone else has at least 1.
riders.
Warrior has 3, CeeLo has 3, and Dapley also has 3. Obviously, the higher rarity heroes are more worthwhile. Dapley has 6 Warrior, level 99 Novice also has 6 Assassins, but we will continue to watch Maxi D's board just to see if this strategy is going to be the end of him. He's only got 20 HP left.
He's
Be
lost his
interesting.
mind.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to get his thoughts on the additional damage to losing rounds now, given that he's a losing streak type of player naturally. He's going to come through and clutch it out.
Yeah.
Got some lucky rolls from the horsies there that are no longer called riders. They are now called knights.
You can call me Dark, but don't
Although
call me.
the in-game tech still has them listed as riders, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Wonder what are they listed as in here? Still riders in the heroes book in-game as well. So the terminology isn't consistent.
Where do you see them being called knights? Like Templar
In-
Knight has always been called Templar Knight, but
Yeah, the actual combo name was renamed to Knights in the hero book from the home screen. If you go back out to the home screen, they're now called Knights.
I think that's probably just a bug in there. The post wouldn't change if everywhere
Well,
else.
it came with the updated icons because it was always riders in there in that book.
Yeah.
But now it's new icons and it had been called Knights there. But yeah, riders still everywhere else, so I'm not sure. Maxi D gets the win there against Dapley, who was sitting on top with the most health. So that's an interesting sign. But there's just no room for error at this point. One bad loss and Maxi D is done. Poker Joker, I'm from Australia.
Two warlocks, two undead.
Yeah, and you had mentioned the other tournament is today, but that's only if you're Australian.
Yes.
It's still 13th for everywhere else.
That's true. That's a good point. Guts just says in chat, Maxi has more guts than me. That is very true. To go on an open fort strategy with the updated damage is very, very ballsy. Ah, that's interesting. As an observer, you can actually view what's in everybody's item chest. That's handy.
Yeah.
Need to get used to the taste of victory.
See. Are those his first daggers? I can't tell if he had them on. Oh, he's got 4 daggers on Unicorn now. GG. Unless he threw them out of his box already.
Unicorn still is only a 1-star though. No, he's only got 2 on Unicorn.
Oh no, it's only 2. Yeah. Okay.
Ayush, I'm on voice chat with Chaos Seraph, who's, if you're on the official Discord, you will certainly be familiar with that name.
That's incorrect play as far as I'm concerned. He should have him Hog Rider. At this
Because
point, like,
Hog
his
Rider's a
Unicorn's gonna
3-star.
die in like 2
Yeah.
hits, and his
Yeah.
Hog Rider has 400 more attack damage.
I think it's just a habit to put daggers on Unicorn that he's struggling to break here. So up against CeeLo, this is going to be another one that could go either way.
He should also not have his tank items on Calamity either.
What do you think of the updated, and it's almost a revert in terms of now having heroes have 3 item slots again, which they used to have when the game was first launched?
It just made Sword Dancer more busted.
That's a very good point.
That's all there really is to it.
Don't look at beauty for too
We're now actually going to watch Cody's board as he's down to 12 health now, so very much on the bubble. One more loss and that will be it for Cody. Also rocking riders. Hasn't got the full 6. Oh no, he just found the 6th rider, so there we go.
Riders.
That was very good timing for him. Doesn't quite have enough to get to level 9 though. No one's on level 9 just yet, so that's not a big deal.
Dance in the wind.
Does have the best economy along with Chris if he can stay alive. Who's he matched up against? CeeLo. So it's certainly a winnable matchup for him. CeeLo did just go down to another rider comp in Maxi. Wukong coming through with that clutch spin though, dealing tons of damage, does get taken out. Void Destruction with a massive ult there, and so many heroes are on the outer limits of that, so took maximum damage. I think though it's going to be enough. The 2-star Unicorn Cavalier goes down, and Cody does survive, putting CeeLo down to 15 health. Guts has got a question for you, Chaos. Any item that you wouldn't 4-stack?
No. The Resistance Cloak is the weakest 4-stack for sure, but just in general, I'm more of a lazy player. Like, I won't do the buying every unit possible thing that doesn't break interest. I don't spread my items out before they're 4-stack like I should. But
I'm a bit the same. If I try and do that, I just forget, and it ends up being worse off for me overall.
yeah, that's what I find is I'll forget that I've got. I won't notice that I've got 4 of them.
It would be
They're
great
spread
if when you opened your item chest, it also like lit up each hero that had items equipped to them.
Yeah, so that you can see it.
I try and get in a habit of every creep round clicking on every hero just to do like an item audit. That's what I call it. I don't always remember, but if I do, every creep round I'll quickly do that. But yeah, if there was a visual indicator, it would make it so much easier. It looks like Cody's about to go down here. The 2-star Hog Rider is not going to be enough against the Werewolf and the Ice Tusk. Young Frog's dealing tons of damage in the backline as well, and it's probably, because of the Beast, it is going to be, not quite enough to kill Cody. So Cody survives on 2 health, CeeLo down to 4 health, Maxi D still surviving on 20 health, now up to 4th place.
But
2 warlocks, 2 goblins.
those daggers should not be on Unicorn. They should definitely be on Hog. He's got armor items on Calamity, which slows down the speed of the skill. And since it's a shield, you don't want the skill slowed down. You want that shield out as fast as possible.
Yeah. So I'm watching CeeLo's board max up against Cody here. So unless this somehow ends up in a draw, one of these two will 100% be eliminated. And it is hard to tell though. General of War's ability coming in, hitting a few there. It looks like CeeLo will survive and eliminate Cody. Cody, unfortunately, going to be our first out. Oh no, sorry. I had that the wrong way around. CeeLo is the first to go. My mistake. I was looking at the wrong board. So Cody does survive. CeeLo, unfortunately, the first out. A loss. Barely surviving on 1 health. Cody on 2. Level 99 Novice on 8. Maxi D did take a loss that round. He's now down to 13 health.
He's playing with 5 riders to play Kraken. I don't know that that's right.
So he's giving up a 15% chance to get slightly more armor and 60% magic resist, just to get that 3-second board-wide stun.
Well, he lost because he got blown up like right at the start of the fight. If his riders had proc their shield, he would have won that fight.
Yeah.
Like the match started and Demon Prince went off and like all his units died. I was like, whoa.
So I'll be watching a losses board this time around to see if he can survive on 1 HP. So Cody has gone up to level 9 just to get another hero on the board to try and survive.
He's got Forbidden Tomes on Misfortune Max instead of on Dragoon. Like,
to get the dragon transformed as soon as possible.
Yeah, he should have the daggers on Hog Rider or Dragoon. He should have the Forbidden Tomes on Dragoon. His defense items on Calamity don't do him any good because it slows down the ability to shield somebody.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, it looks like a loss is getting overrun here, as Dapley has absolutely lucked out and has matched up with Cody's Shadow. So that is going to be it for a loss. Unfortunately, Berserker won't be able to 1v3. Cody somehow manages to... Oh no, Cody just got eliminated too. There was a little bit of a delay there. So we're now down to our top 5.
Don't look at beauty for too long.
And those that are still alive definitely want Maxi D to lose as soon as possible.
Even with 2-star Unicorn, I still think you should have the daggers on Dragoon or Hog Rider just because they have higher base attack.
So this is an interesting observation here. We're not that far away from ending this game. And my stream time is roughly 30 minutes shorter than it normally is with these tournaments. And the only change is the additional damage you take when losing on top of the head-to-head format. So I definitely don't think that you need additional damage. I think the head-to-head format alone ensures that the battles are quicker. And the additional damage is just overkill. Alright, level 99 Novice now down to 3 health. Does have the 6 assassin comp. Let's have a look at the overview again. So Warrior running 6 assassins as well. Has not found Sword Dancer yet. That's going to be an issue. Maxi D, 4 riders currently. Chris with 4 Undead, 4 Punisher. And then Dapley up on top with 6 Warriors, 2 Warlock, 2 Beast, 2 Goblin.
At level 2, the auto dispersed will actually deal more damage for the Unicorn, just the way the math works, but...
Right.
Dispersing the damage, like he's not an AoE comp, it's not like he's got Joey and General War and all that in his build.
Yeah,
it's
so
better
we
to
just see
focus
level
something
99.
down.
You just see level 99 novice go down. Yeah, you're better focusing on the one. So we're up to the top 4 now. Warrior now on the bubble with 12 health, Maxi D on 13, and then tons of health to go around for Dapley and Chris.
Smell blood. The blood of
Who is your pick to take out the classic game in this round now that we're down to a top 4?
He moved the daggers to Dragoon? Oh, that's right. Because Dragoon gets the 350 bonus attack that puts him at 780 and does the 30% splash. Yeah, they should be on
Right,
Dragoon.
I forgot about that
makes sense.
splash damage. You're talking about Maxi D's Dragoon?
Yeah.
Does Warrior survive this? He's going to be close. I'm not sure that he will. Although the Assassin crit's coming in really clutch there, and Warrior does manage to hang on.
Dead.
Maxi D has been eliminated. Dapley looking very, very strong. Okay, so we're down to a top 3 now. Who is your pick to take it out from here?
Dapley wins this.
6 Warriors are favoured against Punisher lineups. Although I guess Warriors is an Assassins. But yeah, you were talking about earlier Warrior being the best matchup against Assassins.
Punisher Assassins might beat it.
Well, Warrior still hasn't found Sword Dancer, so that's a big issue.
Yeah, and his Lilith is 2-star. Like, if you had a 3-star Lilith, it'd be better, but... Like, the whole reason to go Punisher Assassin is for Lilith to just be a god. But...
Yeah.
Oh, you just got, like, 5 items from this round, though.
Yeah, that was huge. So that's something that I hadn't actually necessarily considered that much before. You're talking about the reason is to go multiple combos like that is so that the one hero that overlaps in both can be your focus and deal tons and tons of damage because that hero is then getting benefits from both combos.
Yeah, like, even if you had a Sword Dancer, I'd be putting all items on Lilith if it was 3-star versus a 2-star Sword Dancer, just because of the fact that it gets the bonus attack damage, it gets the crit and all that.
Yeah.
For being a demon. Plus, it does AoE damage at all points of the game, so Lilith is a better carry.
Just got a comment from Warrior in chat. I think he thinks he's too far behind to come back at this stage. I think it is definitely going to be tough for him. I will be watching his board. Chris gets Dapley's shadow there.
Lilith did do a lot more split damage than I thought. It crit on almost every hit that I've seen this time, though.
General of War got silence there, which was key. So what Warrior's doing, he hasn't found the Sword Dancer, but he's running Executioner as a key utility piece just to shut down the best hero that he's matched up against, which I think is quite clever.
It's actually part of his Punisher, so...
Have you ever run Executioner just as a utility outside of needing it for demons or warriors?
No. There's better straight utility. Like, it could be Kraken if you was using it for utility.
Is it, if you're up against a maxed out Sword Dancer, is it the best individual hero to shut that Sword Dancer down?
No. Because unless Sword Dancer goes to level 3, it's never going to hit it consistently.
Sorry, I should have phrased that better. If she is the highest cost hero on your opponent's board.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because it's guaranteed to silence it, and then it's kind of just a regular unit at that point.
And not only is it a regular unit, it's a regular unit with all of the items on it, so it kind of has that benefit too. But I guess that's only in a very specific situation where the opponent has 3-starred their Sword Dancer, which doesn't happen every game. So Warrior does get eliminated there. We are down to the final 1v1.
Yeah, he had to play against the other Punisher player who has 4 undead, so his assassins that all have no armor had negative armor.
3 Gurus on Dapley's bench. Chris looking to 2-star Scourge and Devourer at this point. Only a couple of...
Dapley would want a 3-star. Does he have enough tank items? If he does, I'd want to 3-star the Werewolf. No, he's got all his items on Executioner.
He still needs to 2-star the Berserker.
I'd 3-star the Werewolf. But...
I tell you what, Chris's build is looking very strong at this point. The 4 undead is just counteracting the 6 warrior combo reasonably significantly. So 6 warriors are getting plus 100, 4 undead is doing negative 50, I believe. Yeah, negative 50. So he's halving the effectiveness of that 6 warrior combo.
He's got the items the best where you can put them, but that's rough. He doesn't have the gold to get 3-star werewolf either.
I must admit, that is one thing that's a little bit frustrating for me, primarily as a turbo player, coming into late game in classic games and looking for a hero when you're only getting 5 basic income each round. It takes a long time to 3-star heroes.
Going better this time.
Yeah, it's I think Chris still comes through with a win. That's going to be very close.
Yeah.
That Devourer, that 3-star Famine.
If he can get Berserker upgraded, he might win.
That's the key hero. Does Dapley have no Berserkers on his bench? So he needs to find 2 Berserkers. He will have a bit of an economy.
He'll use the Guru for it for sure. He's not going to get the 3-star anything with the Guru at this point in the game.
Yeah.
So you might as well just get the Berserker.
We got to focus on staying alive before 3-starring.
Yeah. Like if you pulled like 2 werewolves out of a shop, I'd be hard rolling it, but
given that it's probably a little bit too late in the game now to be doing this, but given that she's not facing sorcerers, would it be better to replace General Puffer with Wukong or one of the other options?
possibly.
I guess it would either be Wukong or Ice Tusk.
Because General Puffer got nailed in this patch, but last patch.
Oh, there is a Berserker. Dapley's found one, so
Yeah.
guaranteed 2-star Berserker now. And he found another Guru as well. That is insane.
Find the werewolves. It should be
like-
hard rolling for werewolves, I think.
Chris would be loving those Gurus right now because he could then 2-star that Scourge. 3-star that Scourge, I should say.
Chat could be wondering why I think werewolves is his best bet. It's because 3-star werewolf gets the increase on his HP,
Yeah.
and he's got 4 tank items. So werewolf at 3-star after casting the ability goes to 14,000 HP. With the 4 tank items, it just sits there and can't be killed.
Right. And then when it
And he's
spawns
also got
its
the
pet
4
has
stalking
a...
daggers. Yeah.
Right, yeah, okay, so it's going to be spawning that super tanky pet real quick as well.
Well, the pet doesn't have too much HP. It's only got 4,500, but...
It's not... for some reason I thought it was based on... that's not
How did
werewolf.
werewolf get nerfed? I could have swore it was 60% the other day, but...
Yeah, I
maybe
thought
not.
it was a percentage. There we go. It's not a percentage.
The max HP, I thought... Yeah, the max HP is the percentage. I don't know, I'd have to 3-star it again and see if it's the same HP, but I could have swore it was 60%. I thought it was 20, 40, 60, but 20, 30, 40 could be right.
You see Chris adjusting positioning here. Dapley did come through and win that last round with that upgraded Berserker, so it definitely looks like he's back in the driver's seat now. Watching Chris's board here, and yeah, he's getting overrun pretty quickly. The General of War stun coming in, the Kraken stun coming in. Though the Berserker does go down there in the back line, but it's just too much. Another General of War stun, it's too late. 1 Famine left, so that's going to be 17 damage. Chris is down to 11 health now, 1 more loss and it's all over. Warrior in chat raises an interesting point. Should we be replacing the classic game, the classic round, with a treasure raider round? The answer to that is probably yes at this point. What do you think of that alteration to the tournament
Treasure Raider's
structure?
gone in a week, so...
That is a good point. So while Treasure Raider is available, we could definitely use it in place of Classic. Nardo, welcome to the stream. Honorable, the Void Doom coming through there and dealing a ton of damage. Is it going to be enough to kill Chris? It is 14 damage. That is the tournament, and that is another win for Dapley. Dapley's going to end up on 34 points. Very impressive performance. So let's go ahead and make the changes to the score now. So we have Dapley on 34 points. Second place was Chris, who earns another 14 points to take Chris's score to 16. Unfortunately, OBS is a little bit fiddly when adjusting these scores, but I am getting there. So then we've got Warrior on 10 points, which takes him up to 13. It'll just be a matter of working out who's going to get 1, 2, and 3 at this stage. But I think it might already be sorted, to be honest. Maxi D finishing with 7 points to take him up to 27. So I think that will be our top 3 there, unless someone else can. Level 99 Novice with 5 points won't be enough to take him into the top 3. Cody with 3 points. A loss with 2. And finally, CeeLo with 1 point. So I think that will be our final score there. Dapley on 34, taking out first place. Maxi D second on 27. Chris on 16 scrapes into third place, just ahead of Warrior on 13. And then CeeLo, a loss, Cody, and Level 99 Novice rounding out the rest of the tournament. That was good fun. Thank you to everyone that participated. Now, we had a ton of registrations for all this tournament. So this is where I want a little bit of feedback from everybody as I will go through and sort out I'll finalize the lobby and everything once I wrap up the stream. But while Chaos is still here, to get his feedback and to get feedback from the stream as well. I like this tournament structure. It's a little bit different to what some others are doing in having multiple lobbies that you progress through, having more of an elimination bracket style tournament. But how do I accommodate, like we had 24 players register for this 8-seat tournament. So what's the best way to accommodate for that? Is it random entry or is it just to restructure the tournament so it is an elimination bracket? What are your thoughts there, Chaos?
Considering this finished in like an hour, it's hard because of the way the points are formatted. But you could technically run like 3, depends on how long you want to stream, but you could have just done like 3 hours of a tournament and did all 3 brackets. Like if there's 24 players, it could have been like another 8 start going now and then another 8 start going after that. And then,
yeah, it's a treat. I'm happy with the length of the stream, given that I have to do 4 a week. Ideally I don't want to make them too much longer, but if we made it just a elimination bracket, you'd just be focusing on one game type. You'd still be getting 2 games. You'd have a round of 16 and then a round of 8. So the top 8 would still be playing 2 games. I think I'd be very curious to see what those in chat or their thoughts are, especially those that participated. I think maybe just getting more people participating is the focus.
The way Fried does it is he just gets as many people in a first lobby as possible and then cuts the top as needed. Like if he gets with 24, like he would have 3 people or three games go at the same time, and then top 3, top 2, and the top 2 would be in the weaker bracket. So like he'd stack the top 3 teams with like the better players. So like Max, Dapley, Warrior, myself, you or whatever would be in one group, and that would be like one of the top 3 groups. And then like with the weaker groups, the top 2 or whatever would go for the last 2 spots.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm going to have to give some thought. Warrior just made a suggestion, can do the same concept as now, except 2 games of 8 in each. Winners play winners in second mode. So essentially what that would be is, let's say, 2 turbo games, and then the winners of the turbo games then play in a classic game. And that might be a good compromise. That way it doesn't really adjust or affect the length of the tournament too much. Anyway, definitely got some figuring out to do there, just to try and get as many people as possible involved in these tournaments, because it's definitely disappointing to have 24 register and only 8 participate. Thank you so much for casting with me, Chaos. That was a lot of fun. Certainly appreciate that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So until next time.
Whenever I'm not playing, I'll always cast.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome. I think getting a few comments in chat, certainly appreciated the casting. So that was good fun. Congratulations to the tournament winners. I will now wrap up the stream and go ahead and finalise those tournament results. Reach out to all the winners to get their prizes paid out. Until next time, see you all later.